Getting started, you're gonna need 1 yard of heavier weight fabric. I recommend canvas or twill, and also 1 yard of lining. You're gonna need 2 zippers. I recommend getting a 24-inch and a 12-inch. 2 1-inch strap adjusters and 2 yards of 1-inch webbing. You'll need a 1/4 yard of 1/4 inch foam for the straps. And lastly, you need your pattern, and this pattern is available at properfitclothing.com. Super easy to use, just download it, print it, and you're ready to go. And the links for all the supplies will be in the description, so definitely go check that out. Getting started, go ahead and trace and cut out your pattern. And make sure to cut lining for the zipper panels, the side panels, and the main panel. And for our straps and pocket, we're going to be using upholstery fabric, and you can totally go ahead and use that or whatever fabric you choose. Go ahead and grab your pocket panel and your 12-inch zipper and place the right sides together on the longer edge. Pin that in the center of that zipper and go ahead and sew along that side. And as you can see, the zipper is way longer than the panel. I just think it's easier using longer zippers. You can totally use shorter ones if you want. Flip that panel flat and then go ahead and top stitch on that seam allowance. Grab the pocket zipper panel, fold it in half, and place it directly above the pocket panel on the opposite side. Pin that into position. Then grab your main panel and place that pocket panel lined up with the side exactly and make chalk marks on both sides. From that chalk mark in about a 1/4 inch, then place the zipper with right sides together on that new chalk mark. And what you're going to want to do is sew along that zipper. Go ahead and fold that pocket panel down, and now you're going to add a top stitch along the top edge of that zipper flap.
Samsung.
Grab your main panel lining, and what we're going to do is place it behind the main panel and stitch all the way around the outside just on that edge. But before you do that, make sure you move the zipper towards the inside of the panel. Pin that into position and then sew just on that edge as close as you can to that edge. This is just locking it into position so it's easier to sew together in the end. Once you have that attached, you can go ahead and snip the zipper ends. Grab your zipper panels, both the outside and the lining, and you're only going to need 2 of them to start. So take your lining, place it on the back of the zipper and the right side of the outer layer on the front side of the zipper. Pin it on and sew across that edge. And make sure you have the zipper panel in the center of that zipper. Then go ahead and fold those panels towards the outside and top stitch along that edge. Then grab your other 2 zipper panels, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side, and make sure that you have the zipper panels lined up exactly. Fold those panels out and top stitch along that edge. Grab both of your made side panels and then grab your zipper panel, place the right sides together, sandwiching that zipper panel in between the lining and the outside layer. And you're going to want to sew that shorter edge over the zipper. Once you have that sewn on, you can go ahead and snip the zipper end off. Flip the side panels down and go ahead and add a top stitch along that seam. Now we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. Just go ahead and invert those side panels and pin it on. Before we start sewing, make sure that zipper train is moved towards the inside of that panel.
Good evening, everybody.
Go ahead and trim that zipper. Flip the right sides out and top stitch along that edge. Grab your main panel and your side panel, mark the centers on both the side panel and the main panel, and what you want to do is line those centers up and pin all the way around the outside edge. And then go ahead and sew along that entire outside edge. This part can be a little bit tricky, so definitely just take your time. At this point, I like to pop the right side out just to make sure that all the edges are completely sewn and it's not missing any layers. Next, we're going to make the strap, so go ahead and grab one of your strap panels, fold it in half the long ways, and sew across that edge. Go ahead and move that seam to the center of the back and then grab about 2.5 inches of webbing, place your bag connector onto it, and then put it at the center of that seam. And what we're going to do is stitch across. Cut a piece of foam that's exact width as that strap sleeve, and what you're going to do is sew it onto the end of that seam allowance. This will make it super easy when you pull that sleeve right side out over that foam. Then go ahead and flip that sleeve right side out over that foam. And once you get it far enough, you can go ahead and pull that strap all the way out. And I like to cut my foam longer than the actual strap, so that way I definitely have enough. Now we're going to go ahead and sew exactly down the center of that strap. And this is going to lock in that foam so it's not moving all around on you. And what we're going to do is sew across that webbing so it adds a little extra strength. And there you go, repeat this process for your other strap and you're good to go. Grab both your straps, cut an 8-inch piece of 1-inch webbing, and two 30-inch pieces of webbing for the bottom straps.
I was in the academy. We would follow every
About 1.5 inches from the center on both sides, make marks, and that's where we're going to line up our top straps. And pin the 8-inch piece of webbing in between those straps, and that's going to be the hook for the top. And then the bottom straps, place them 1 inch from the bottom at a 45-degree angle. Then go ahead and sew as close as you can to the edge, attaching all of those components onto the back. And once you have them all attached, you can go ahead and cut that remaining foam from the top. Same process as the front main panel, we're going to add the lining on the back, so go ahead and add it on the bottom and sew all the way around the outside edge. With the centers marked, go ahead and place that back panel lined up with those centers and pin all the way around the outside edge, and make sure that you have all the straps on the inside of the bag.
have plucked the rose. Tea Earl Grey hot. Longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease. In faith, I do not love thee. Shall I compare thee?
And before you turn it right side out, we're gonna add bias tape around these inside edges to really secure it off and lock those edges into place. But before you do that, you wanna trim all the stuff that sticks out of the edges, like those straps and then the side straps on the bottom.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
So we're gonna be using a double fold bias tape binder to clean up those edges. And you can definitely get these for domestic sewing machines too. We're gonna have links in the description. So go ahead and cut out long pieces of bias tape that are the right measurements to the width of your binder. The other option is to use a bias tape making kit, and this is where you pretty much just make your own bias tape. And it comes with a presser foot that helps you attach the bias tape to your garment. And it's pretty simple to use. All you have to do is cut a strip, feed it through, and iron it. And after that, it works the same as the bias tape. You just fold it over and sew it on, or you use that attachment. And it's really that simple. All you have to do is keep going around that outer edge and do this for both edges. We're only gonna do it for one edge to save time for the video though. And as you can see, we only did a little section of the bias tape, but what you're gonna do is go all the way around that top edge first and then finish up with that bottom edge and do that for both sides. But you can totally skip this part if you don't want to. This is just to make that inside look really nice and give it a little extra strength. And go ahead and flip the bag right side out and take a look at all the edges, make sure all the layers are sewn together. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and finish the back straps. So go ahead and take that bottom strap and feed it up through and back down that strap adjuster. Take that end, fold it over twice, and stitch across, and this is going to help prevent it from sliding back through that strap adjuster. Now we're going to go ahead and add zipper pulls, and you can either use parachute cord or regular zipper pulls that you buy online. And we're going to go ahead and use the ones that you buy online. They're super easy to use. All you have to do is feed them through your zipper and pull them back through and tighten them. And there you have it, your backpack is complete. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, and if you have any ideas you want to see us do, definitely send them our way. I'll try to make it happen for you, but until then, we're going to keep the videos coming at you, so we'll see you next time.